Hi, everyone. This is Greg Martin. We are going to take things back to the beginning today. Why would we do that? Take things back to the beginning. Well, because today is episode number 120, which is a festive occasion here. You can clearly see how excited we are about putting out another episode of our podcast, for it to be ruined, destroyed, censored, and have its proceeds stolen from, while we're invisibilized in real time, while people pick our bones clean. So back to the beginning, shall we? Once upon a time in a land far, far away, known as America, a boy started out in his house telling people about a wild and crazy story. And this kid never got where he wanted in life. No matter how he tried, no matter what roadblocks he climbed over, no matter what obstacles he would see, it would seem like a new one would pop up. Just every step, something would just appear in front of him, stopping his gateway to the things that men get when meritocracy prevails: money, women, cars, houses, etc. But even as hard as we've tried to achieve this, now even being our 120th episode of our cutting edge Poleshift Alert episode series that no one on the planet can touch with a 10-foot pole, we still find ourselves in la la land of obscurity and the name who can't be mentioned by society. And we wonder and ponder, why is that when no one can touch anything that we're doing? How are we still nobody? What is causing all of these roadblocks, stopping me from breaking through to fame and fortune and Ferraris and all the things that men have when they reach the top of the pinnacle of their existence? I have never been smarter, more intelligent than I am today. I have never been on fire, more optimized, more ready to do business, more ready to take over the airwaves, more ready to be a disc jockey or a video jockey or a podcaster or a radio DJ. I've been ready all my life, but yet nothing's ever come. So you can be the best and the worst at the same time? Well, I guess I'm living proof that it can be done, because I'm the best and the worst. I'm being treated the absolute most terrible way you could be treated by society, ignored, in fact, invisibilized, in fact, ostracized, ruined. Sure, my website's wild and crazy. That's the point. I'm trying to do something that's cutting edge. I'm trying to show you the future. So I'm being destroyed for showing you my cutting edge ideas, my cutting edge advanced processes of using visual tools to show people my ideas more effectively in a way that people could actually enjoy. They didn't put special effects in Star Wars so you'd be bored. They put it in there to make it visually exciting. That's what this is about. Visual excitement. I'm not trying to just sit here and bore you to death with some conversation. I actually want you to be visually enjoying something as you're seeing it. And if it gets a little wild and crazy here on Poleshift Alert, my apologies. We're not trying to make you think that we're crazy in any way. We want our podcast episodes to be pretty crazy because we are trying to do something that's never been done and take things to places they've never been taken. And in order to do that, you have to be risky. You have to take chances. If people get offended along the way, scared, whatever your emotions are when you're seeing Poleshift Alert episodes, you got to understand they're for entertainment only. They're not to make you mad, sad, glad, think anything outside of what you already believe. Belief is not required. What you're staring at right here is what you and we are. We're a blank piece of paper. A piece of paper that was born with nothing on it, and a piece of paper that will leave with nothing on it. Nothing that you hold in your hand will you take with you. Nothing you hold in your hand you came with. You're a blank piece of paper staring into infinity. Your choices are your own. But that doesn't mean that you can control the other side of a choice. You can't control what men of power do when you don't hold the one thing that they possess that they won't relinquish. If power is the only thing that money buys, and they have it, and we are under a system of control through their devices, then we are enslaved by those devices. And every time we step outside of their box or their way of thinking, we will be punished and crushed. You get to write your own story, knowing that if it's found under a rock, it will be put in a library underneath the Vatican if it's found after the reset. No one wants to hear your story. You see what they're doing to me right here? That's me. They want me invisible. They want the things that I'm telling you unwritten, unseen, unshown, unbelieved. You can choose what to believe, what not to believe, and what story to write, and what story to tell, and what story to hear. Belief is not required in any of those things. Common sense, though, is. You need to think outside of the box if you are going to envision the future of your future self. You may not know where you're going because this page is not written yet, and you get to write that page with the caveat that there's some asshole that's going to rewrite this story for you. And if they don't like the story that they're seeing and it doesn't fit the narrative that they want fit into, they'll erase it as fast as you write it. Poleshift Alert is proud to have 120 10-minute episodes out and more than 40 podcasts out. We're proud of our efforts. Our website's wild. It's crazy. We're trying to do something that's very visually stunning, and sometimes we might take it a little bit too far down the old beaten path of craziness, but that's meant to visually excite a world that's already been visually excited to the point of it being not visually exciting anymore when you see visually exciting things. How many movies do you see today that look like a total joke? The special effects are just garbage. If my special effects look a little hokey, well, all I can say is I'm welcoming myself to the club of hokey looking, jokey looking stuff. But this website is no joke. Its content is no joke. And it is the truth, in fact, that we are having a pole shift. So whatever you think of my podcast is irrelevant. This is a truthful website, and we hope you enjoy it.